Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. This is part 20 of the e-commerce playlist. In this video, we will fetch the products for each category we have in this tab layout. So let's actually get started. Okay guys, so we would actually start with the category class, which describe each category we have in the app. So inside the data package, we can right click and create a new class and call this category. Now inside here, we want to make this sealed class because we want to have objects of this class, and each object is going to have its own category, which is a string. So category string. Now we can define our objects. So object chair extended from category, we will pass chair. I'm gonna duplicate that, and this one for the cupboard, copy this, paste in here. Now for the table category, accessory, and for the furniture, you can add more categories if you have them in here. And now we want to create a view model to fetch the products for each category we have. In the view model package, create a new class and call it category view model. In here, we will have a constructor. That constructor is going to have the Firestore instance. And we also want to know the category that we want to fetch the products for. So category. And for this view model, we don't need to use dagger halt because we can't pass this argument with dagger halt. So we actually want to create our own factory for this class. Okay, now in here, we can extend from view model. Now we want to create two functions, and for that we also want to have two states, one for the offer recycle view and one for the basic product recycle view. So let's do that. Private val offer products equals to mutable state flow. In here we're going to have a resource of list of products, and initially we will emit, or we will give it an specified value. Now we wanna make a public one of this state. We wanna create another state for the best products. So let's do that. And we want to create the public one. So change this to best products, this one as well. Okay, now let's create the first function, which is going to fetch the offer products. So function fetch offer products, and inside here we will use the Firebase Firestore dot collection. We want to reach our products collection, and we want to apply two conditions. The first one where the category equals our category that passed in the constructor. The second condition is to make sure that we actually have an offer percentage. So we actually need to use something else called where not equal to, and here we pass the attribute, which is offer percentage, then we pass null, or null like this. So this function will make sure to only get the products that have a offer percentage from this category. Now we can call get and first add on success listener, then add on failure listener. Now in the on success listener, we can emit the products that we get inside the offer state. Let's first get the products. We can say add to objects, and we map this into our product class. Then we will emit inside our state. And we want to put that inside view model scope. Yeah, we actually need to emit resource success and give the product. Now we also need to emit resource loading before we execute the function. So let's do that. View model scope dot launch offer products dot emit resource dot loading. Now finally we want to handle the error emission. So in here, offer products dot emit resource dot error, and here we can pass the error message dot toString, then wrap this inside view model scope dot launch. Now for the other function, the basic products function, we can actually copy this function like this. We can change the name, fetch basic product, delete this one, and in here we can change this to where equal to. So this will make sure to get the products that does not have an offer percentage. And by the way, for paging, you can implement that on your own. I'm not gonna implement that. I showed you that before, so you can just use limit and change the limit dynamically. Now we want to change the state that we emit into. So this one will be for the basic product, same in here and same in here. Now lastly, let's call that inside the int block. So we'll call fetch offer products and fetch basic products. And by the way, we can make this private, or no, we actually don't make this private, because later on you need actually to call these functions for paging. So make them public. And now let's actually go to our base category fragment. So inside our fragments package, inside the base category fragment, in here we want to set up some functions. So let's actually do that. In here we actually need to edit some things, and we also want to add some functions. First thing, we want to edit these adapters. We don't want to initialize them like this, because we want to be able to access them from the cherry fragment and the cupboard fragment and so on. Instead, we can actually delete the latenate var and initialize it by lazy. So we can do that, private val, and we can say by lazy. In here we can just say best products adapter. Same thing in here, I'm just gonna remove latenate, make it val, remove var, and use by lazy and best products adapter. So far we can't access these adapters from subclasses because we use private access modifier in here. We want to change this to protected, or we can just make it public, but protected is more recommended, because protected means that only subclasses can access these adapters. So subclasses like chairs, chair fragment, and cupboard fragment, furniture fragment, and so on. Now inside these functions we can just delete the initializing line, because we actually initialize it by lazy. By the way, by lazy mean that we only initialize this when we call it for the first time. Now inside here we also want to detect the paging. So let's actually do that. In here we need to add open function on best, or let's start with the on offer paging request. And we also need one more for the on best products request, or paging request. Now, we use the open keyword to make this class overridable by the subcategories. You will see that later. Now in here we want to detect the paging for the offer recycle review and for the basic products recycle review, or for the basic products nested scroll view. Let's actually do that. We're starting with the offer recycle review. To detect that, we can set a scroll listener for that recycle view. So we can say binding dot offer rv offer product dot add on scroll listener. In here we can say object recycler view dot on scroll listener, and we can open curly brackets. In here we can actually override the on scrolled function, and we can check for that by the following method. So we can say recycler view dot can scroll horizontally. We pass here 1, and we make sure that the position at x equals 0. So for the highlighted line means that we can scroll vertically, but we add this exclamation mark and we make sure that the x position is 0. If this is the case, we can actually call the onOffer paging request function. And we also want to detect the paging for best product. We did that inside the main category fragment. So let's go in there and copy that function or that lines inside here. This one, copy it, get back in here and just change the name of this. So this will be nested scroll base category, and then we can call on best products paging request. Now that's all we want to do inside this base category fragment. Now inside the subclasses, we can, for example, go to the cherry fragment, and in here we can simply say on view created. We don't need to initialize anything because it's already done in the base category fragment. We extend that from this fragment. In here we can say, or before that, we actually need to get the view model. So let's do that. And as I said, to get the view model, we want to create our own provider factory. We don't need to use health. Now let's go outside the view model package, create a new package, call this factory. Inside here, create a new class and call this base category factory or view model factory. Inside here, we can extend it from view model provider.factory, and we also want to get the Firestore and we want to get the category, so we can pass into the view model. Inside here we can override the create function and we can return an instance from our view model. So return category view model. We want to pass the Firestore and the category, then we cast this as T. Now close this, and in here we want to create our view model, so we can say val view model by view models. In here we want to get the category view model, and in here we can pass our factory, our view model factory. So we can say base category view model factory, and we want to pass our Firebase Firestore. We can actually use health to inject that, so we can say at inject, and we can say a let init var Firestore Firebase Firestore, and now health will take care of that and inject this dependency for us. But don't forget also to use the Android entry point for this fragment. In here we can finally pass Firestore, and we also can pass our category. And here we can say category.chair. Now inside the view created, we can actually collect that state to update our recycler views. So we can say lifecycle scope dot launch when it started, and here we can say view model dot offer products dot collect latest, and here we can check for the resource that we get. So we first get is resource dot loading, is resource dot access, and for the error, else than that we won't do anything, which is then specified. Now for the loading case, leave it now, we will implement it later in this video. inside the resource.success, we can just update our differ, and now we can access that differ like that, which is offer adapter dot differ dot submit list, and we can submit it dot data. We are able to access this offer adapter from our parent class because we make it protected and we initialize it by lazy. Now in the error case, we can just show snack bar dot make. We can say we can pass the require view, and here we can pass the error. So we can say data, or we can say it dot message. Then we pass the duration. So snack bar dot length, we can make this long, for example. Then we can show that. Here this might be null, so we can just convert it to a string. Now the same thing for the best products state. So we'll collect that from here, best product, and we will change the adapter and make it for the best products adapter. Now if we launch the app, let's see that, go to chair. As you can see, we got this chair, but seems like we have an error. Let me just check that. The error seems from the offer products. We don't get them, and the reason is because we need to create a query. I showed you how to create a query in the previous video. So let's actually go to our console, and let's go to our Firestore, go to rules or go to indexes, and we can add index. Now let me go to the function and show you what query we need to create. We need to go to our view model, category view model. So let me show you the function. As you can see here, we have two queries, 1, 2. So we need to create an index for that query or for that queries. So go to your Firestore, click on indexes, add index. In here we wanna pass the products collection, and let's see, we first want the category field. So copy that, paste in here, keep it ascending, and we want also for the offer percentage. So copy it and paste it in here and keep it ascending. Now select collection and create index. Wait until we create that index, and I'll get back to you. Okay, now as you can see, the status is enabled. Now we can launch the app again, and that error should be gone. As you can see, we did not get an error, but we still don't get the offer products. And the reason is because I have made a mistake inside the best category fragment in the setup of our recycle view. So in here, instead of this recycle view, we're gonna use RV offer best products. Let's launch the app again to see that. Go to chairs, and we still don't get any products because we don't have any products with an offer percentage. So I will go to the products adder app and add a product with an offer percentage with a chair category. So let's say chair, or let's say offer chair from chairs. Chair price is 20 or 50, percentage is 0.1, products details, sizes, I'll just leave that empty, colors, images, so select this image and I will save that. Okay, now it's saved. Let's go again to our application, go to chair. As you can see, we got that chair in here. Don't worry about the price, it's in Arabic because the emulator now is in Arabic language. Now for the loading, we can do that inside the best category fragment. We can implement that in here. We can go to root, we can add a progress bar. We already have this progress bar for the offer recycle view. Let's add one more for the best product recycle view. So I'm gonna copy this and below here, paste it. Change the name to best products progress bar, and we want to change the constraints. So this is we're just gonna delete these top to the bottom of this historical view, which is RV based products. Start to the start of the parent, end to the end of the parent. Now close this. Inside the base category fragment, we can now have two functions: show offer loading and hide offer loading. In here we can say binding dot progress offer products progress bar dot visibility equals to view dot visible. Copy this, make it gone in this function. We can create two more functions for the best products. So show best products loading. Gonna copy this one but change. Same in here. And now we can call these functions from our categories. So inside the chair category, in the loading for offer products, we can say show offer loading, and here we can say hide offer loading. Same in here. And same thing in this function, show best products loading, and here we can hide it. Let's launch the app again. Let's click on chair. As you can see, we showed that a progress bar, and that's actually it. Now, if you want to implement paging, which I'm not gonna do in my videos, you can actually say on best products paging request, you can delete this super call, and you can also implement or override the on offer paging request. Now inside these functions, you need to call the fetch products functions from the view model, but you actually need to add that limit function I showed you in a previous video. And I will link that video down below of this video's description. Now for the cupboard, table, accessory, and furniture categories, what you can do is just to copy all of this, which is not a good practice. We will change that later, because copying code and paste it is a bad practice. We don't want to do that, but for now, let's actually do it. We'll change that later, don't worry. Now in here, we can just paste this and change the category in here to cupboard. And same thing in table. Change here to table. For accessory, and for the furniture, let's launch the app again. We should get all the products now. However, some categories don't have products in our Fire Store, so we might get nothing. Here the main, everything works. Chair. We got an error. What's that? Let me check it. Yeah, we actually did not use the health annotation. So inside each fragment, we want to add Android entry point because we use inject in here. So add that inside each category. We have table. We need to add that up. Cupboard. And that's it. Let's launch the app again. Okay, here's the main fragment, chair, cupboard, table, accessory. We don't have any products in here, neither in the furniture fragment. So as you can see, everything works perfectly. As I said, we will change that code later, but not now, just later, because I want to move forward in this course or in this playlist. So next videos we will finally implement. So in the next video we will finally implement the click on the product. So we'll design and show the details of the products, and we then can add it to the cart. Okay guys, so that was all for this video. I hope you like it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Wish you have a great day. Catch you in the next video.